G'day, welcome back. You've made it as far as Module 9. Well done, give yourself a pat on the back. Yeehaw. AdWords Fundamentals, Module 9. This one and one more big one to go. In this module, we want to talk about how to improve, how to optimize the AdWords account that you've now built and launched, hopefully with a relatively small budget. You've got some good keywords, you've written some ads, you've put them all together into keywords and ad groups. You've got conversion tracking set up. You haven't skipped over that one. You've even got values for your conversions. You've got the code installed on your thank you page or your receipt page. You are good to go. Now you get to press the button, get your credit card loaded up, and off you go to the races. Again, don't forget, you're in control of everything. You get to choose how much you bid on each keyword. You get to choose where physically your ads show. And critically, you get to choose the budget. So there is no reason that you're going to go melt a credit card. You don't need to be scared of Google AdWords. If you want to set that budget at $5 a day and just test the water, dip your toe in, that's all good. The reason that we had to talk about conversion tracking before we got this far is so that we can do this. So that we have some measure of success, so that we know when we're doing well and when we're not doing well. So that we can go get more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. Super, super important. That really is the game in a nutshell. More of the good stuff, less of the bad stuff. And the reason that we're able to do that is because we get this wonderful instant feedback with Google AdWords. Unlike radio or TV or outdoor or pretty much every other form of marketing that you can think of, we actually get to know down to the cent, was this click useful or not? What was my return on investment for this $5,000? Am I making profit on this investment of Google AdWords? Which part of my AdWords account is profitable and which bit isn't? Well, let's stop doing the stuff that isn't and let's tip more and more money into the stuff that is. Because if I've got a campaign that is returning me 7-1, how much do you want to do that? Well, all day and twice on Sunday. Thank you very much. If you, for every dollar that you give me, I give you $7 back. I reckon it's kind of insane to limit the number of dollars that you're going to give me. That's the way I look at it anyway. I know some marketing managers think it's different than that, but anyway. Structure, the overall structure of your Google AdWords account and your conversion tracking and stuff, that rarely changes. For the most part. Now, there's going to be reasons that you add in new campaigns every now and again, and certainly you're always going to be changing your ad copy, but the overall structure and what you measure as a conversion is rarely going to change. So we're going to focus on making regular changes to these three things. Changing your bids, adding new keywords into your account, and testing ad copy. So changing bids, if something is working, if it's converting and it's profitable, then we're going to bid it a little bit higher. If it's not working, we're going to bid it a bit lower. Still not working, bid it lower still. Still not working, bid it even lower or maybe even pause that particular keyword. If it's working well, bid it up. It's really working, yep, bid it up. Adding new keywords, we talked about this a little bit in the keyword module, about the difference between keywords and search copies. Search queries. Remember the magnet? If the search query is a close enough match to your keyword, then there's a chance that that person's going to see your ad. And by reviewing your search query report, then you might find new keywords that you want to add into your account to be more sure that you're going to show ads to those people in the future. We also talked about negative keywords and how you might want to be on the lookout or thinking about words that you can add as a negative keyword to tell Google to not show your ad for a particular thing. And I use the example with the TVs of things like second-hand or vintage or used or parts or servicing. If you sell new TVs, then most of those things you probably don't want to be showing ads for. And we talked in the module around ad copy, I think that was module 5-ish, we talked about the beautiful, beautiful thing that you're able to do inside of AdWords, which is to A/B test or split test. And always, always, always have at least 2 ads in every single ad group so that you can always be testing, which is also the name of a very, very good book, Always Be Testing. Go find that on Amazon. This is really the main benefit of Google AdWords and why it is, in my opinion, the greatest direct marketing machine ever built, because we have this instant feedback loop of I write a new ad, I come up with a new idea, a new benefit, a new headline, and I get instant feedback from the market, not from, standing on the street corner with a clipboard and saying to people, oh, have a look at these 2 ads, please, and tell me which one you think you would click on if you saw these ads. That's opinion research. I don't like opinion research. People will tell you what they think you want to hear. That's why I'm not a massive believer in focus groups for the most part. What I like is the court of last resort, is showing ads to people. They don't know they're being tested, remember. People out there do not realize they're being tested. They're only seeing one ad at a time. And once you've got enough data, you've got something called the law of large numbers on your side, and you can see, generally speaking, when I show ad A, every 100 times I show it, 10 people click. When I show ad B, every 10 times I show it, 20 people click. All right, let's put more money behind ad B, please. Let's get rid of ad A, and let's come up with a new idea, and let's test again, and test again, and test again. So these are the main things that you'll be doing inside your AdWords account. Now, if you go and do a search for something like Google AdWords management schedule or Google AdWords calendar, then you'll find a few blog posts that give you things like this. And this really is a fantastic thing to do. Unless you're only spending a few $100 a month on Google AdWords and you're just doing it for your own business, then this is probably overkill. But if you're planning on being an agency, or if you're consulting and you've got multiple clients, then having a system for the management of the AdWords accounts, and knowing, generally speaking, obviously there's a bit of wiggle room with this, but knowing what you're going to be doing each day, what you need to check on, and plotting it out on something like this. And again, there's a bunch of blog posts that will give you some ideas around this. This particular one I think I grabbed from the Lunametrics blog post, and this one you can actually add to your Google Calendar if you so choose. But use it more as an idea. You don't have to do exactly this and, it says 2 o'clock, I must review budgets, so I must do that at 2 o'clock. Obviously, do whatever works for you. But it is a good idea to have a system around your management. Now, we're getting towards the end of the course, so I thought I'd chuck in a couple more sort of advanced concepts. And one of those is the idea of quality score. So every keyword in your account is given this score between 1 and 10, and it is an automated opinion of how Google thinks you're going to perform, that particular keyword is going to perform. Sometimes it gets it wrong, and it adjusts over time, and that score moves. You're aiming for 10 out of 10. You're probably not going to get 10 out of 10 straight out of the gate. With your very first AdWords account, anything really over a 6, you're going to be fairly happy about. The game is, or part of the game, is to improve that quality score. Now, don't obsess over it. Quality score does not show up on your P&L. Profit is the most important measure of success. Profit ultimately is how you decide, should I be doing more of this or less of this? But quality score is a really good guide, and it's pointing you in the right direction. And if you've got a bunch of keywords in your account that are 1s and 2s and 3s, then Google is telling you, I don't think this is going to work very well. I'll keep taking your money, thank you very much. I'm still going to show your ads occasionally, and I will take your money if someone clicks on your ad. But I'm going to charge you a little bit more because I don't think you're very good for my users, the people that use Google. Now, the flip side of that coin is if you've got quality scores of 8, 9, or 10 out of 10, Google is essentially saying to you, thank you very much. You have come up with a keyword and an ad here that lots of people seem to like. Lots of people are clicking on your ad. They seem to be finding what they're looking for, and they're clicking on your ad all day long. Now, partly this is Google saying, thank you very much, I make lots of money from you. But really, it's about the user experience. So Google wants to reward you for being a good advertiser, because when people come to Google and find what they were looking for, and all these people are clicking on your ad, so Google's saying, well, they must be finding what they're looking for, it's going to reward you and give you what we call in Australia mates rates. So you will start to pay less and less for your clicks over time compared to other advertisers in your market. Now, if you've got quality scores of 1s, 2s and 3s, you are likely to be paying significantly more than most advertisers in that marketplace. And so it's this sort of self-correcting, the genius of the system really that Google came up with 10 years ago, to reward smart advertisers and to penalize bad advertisers. So it's worth knowing how you find it inside your account. Find the keywords tab over there on the left-hand side, and you'll need to click on the little columns icon. Remember, we went through that in the second module when we had a tour of the interface. I showed you the little 3 bars. That's what you click on to choose the columns, and you find the quality score attribute in there. Now, it may be slightly different. When you see this, you may see a whole section here where you've got performance, conversion, attributes, competitive metrics. You may find a whole section for quality score because they have recently changed some columns around quality score. There's actually a few more available now since I took this screenshot, but Google haven't made those changes in this new interface just yet. Hopefully by the time you go through this course, they have. So you may have to poke around a little bit there. You don't need to worry about all of those other columns. The main one that you want to turn on is just the main column for quality score. And once you do that, then you'll be able to see inside your account next to each keyword. Now I get to see a quality score. You can see here we've got 8s and 7s and 10s and 5s and 7s and 8s. So, okay. Don't worry if you're not seeing 10s. You can be anything that's really a 7 or 8 or better, you can be reasonably happy with it. Again, it's not worth obsessing about. You don't want to be making changes to your account all day, every day, just trying to get from an 8 to a 9. There are far more important things to go and worry about. But it's a guide, like I said. And in the next module, I'll go through a few more sort of getting more advanced topics, and we'll crash through a few in one big final module, and then you'll be well on your way to becoming a master at Google AdWords. And one day soon, you'll come and join us over at agencysavvy.com, and you can go through some of our other courses and really become an AdWords ninja. I will see you there in Module 10.